yeah, whoa. Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And today we are back to discuss the season finale of PowerBook 2 Ghosts. This one was titled Divided We Stand. And before we jump into the episode, we know y'all love the show. You're already watching, so go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video and click that notification bell so you get alerted every time we post. So without further ado, we can go ahead and start talking about this episode. This is the last one for this third season. Definitely went out with a bang. And the title of the show is very appropriate because divided they all are. It was a mess. But I loved how they put, this whole storyline together. It did not go where I thought it was going.
Well, they left a lot of doors open for season 4. And
yes, they did.
And so I kind of like that. There are a couple of ones that I really like to see and find out whether they close or not. Monet is one of them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now it's touch and go with her. So
she's gonna be back for season 4.
Make it.
Oh, I'm almost certain that she will.
She's gonna make it. I saw a clip. Somebody posted a clip of her talking to Michael Ealy's character. So I was like, okay, she gonna make it.
Yeah, too bad. But hey, did I say that? I didn't mean that. I mean, I'm sorry. No,
but let's start talking about Monet a little bit because she pulled a power move this week. And I think that, we were thinking that she would try to do something. I thought that maybe she would go the violent route and start, plucking her kids off before they get her. And, she actually went another route and tried to leverage herself, in a position with Noma so that they have to work under her again. And, if they kill her, then Noma gonna kill them. So it's like, it was a good thought.
It was. And I think, too, it also shows that there's a slight weakness with her then because, in the episode before, the kids were all against her. And, as you said, we thought that she may start, throwing her weight around on her kids, but obviously she chose a different route. She loves her kids. So that in and of itself is a weakness.
And we finally got the interaction, I guess, that I've been wanting. I've been wanting to see Monet and Noma in the scene together.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I think that the actress that plays Noma, she kind of alluded to that because I saw her when she was on, Michael and Gianni's show, The Crew Has It, and she said that she would like to see a scene like that. And I said, she probably said that because she knew it was coming. But it was good to see.
What did you guys think about their interaction though? Because Noma is the boss here, but she seemed like she empathized a little bit with what Monet had went through and losing Zeke. And I was like, I don't know if that's real or if she's just, trying.
She's a mom. She's a mom too. Yeah. She's a mom too. But I do feel like she showed Monet more grace than I thought she would, especially since Monet is responsible for Mecca's death.
See, I don't know if it's grace or respect. I think they both have a lot of respect for one another in terms of being female boss and, in that light. And that's what I saw because let's face it, Monet is nobody to play with. And certainly Noma isn't either. So I saw two bosses coming together and just throwing a lot of love. Now, Noma did show the ring. I don't know what would have happened if Monet said, yeah, I love the man.
Right.
Because we don't know. Noma, she has a quick temper. So it would have been interesting to find out. But I think I saw a lot of respect among the two, which is how they are, and it's going to be real interesting how they pull this off next season. I mean, I just don't see two strong heads in an organization like that. That's a recipe for disaster.
Noma did make it known though where her position is. Like when she slashed Obi's cheek up, that was a warning to him and to Monet. That was a two-sided message.
I'm glad you brought that up. That is a bad move because and here's why. Obi was very responsive to her. He did everything she wanted him to do. and he didn't actually do anything wrong. He thought he was, allowing some time to elapse so that she had time to do what she has to do. But
No, he was
withholding
he was
information.
yeah,
yeah,
but that wasn't dire
Tariq.
information. I didn't feel, but when you slashed his face like that, okay, what that tells me is Tariq and Obi are going to be working together in season 4.
Oh, absolutely.
Noma has got to go, and when she did that to him, Obi didn't forget that. You could, look, he was a soldier when he took that slash.
Listen, we saw it with Dre and 2 Bits. Like you can't treat your people like that. You treat your people like that, there are consequences. And you see what happened. The tables turned in 2 Bits and Spanky took Dre out. Yeah, exactly. And the dynamics of that relationship changed once Dre started sunning 2 Bits.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought it was funny too how Monet kind of pulled Tariq to the side and confronted him, thinking he was the one that snitched on her about Lorenzo. So, and I thought it was even funnier how he was about to shoot her afterwards.
Yeah, he was.
But Obi stopped him.
Yeah,
well, he don't play when it comes to his mama. He does not play when it comes to his mama. And he was like, "Oh, she gave up the location. Oh, she gotta go." And I wasn't mad at him for being bad either.
Oh no. But I'm glad Obi stepped in, and because basically what Obi is saying to Tariq, there's a right time, right place for this, and this isn't the right time. So it really leaves the door open for some really dynamic play with the two of them in season 4. So I can't wait to see what happens with that.
I was a little. Oh, go ahead, Tim.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna be just the 2 of them, because just the way the things ended, I'm like, oh, he gonna need some help. Yeah. So I can see him getting some help from Uncle Tommy.
Well, I was about to say that. You kind of just stole the thought right out of my head, because I was thinking about what Tommy said when he was kind of, filling him in on the details of how Tasha was the one that knocked him out and how they had pieced it up and everything. So I was like, okay, the family's back together again. And I was like, this is perfect because we know Tariq is going to need the help. But Tommy's response was kind of like, I'm dead in New York. I want no war.
Right. And he said, it's not my war. I don't see Tommy jumping into that. And I don't think he needs to, because I think Obi has enough up his sleeve to, play things out with Tariq. So it would be interesting to see.
He might, if he knows, he was saying, this is not my war, because Tariq was trying to start the war. Now, when Tariq went in there at the end, and I know I'm jumping ahead, he was all by his lonesome until Braden came, which we got to give Braden the game ball.
Oh, he gets definitely.
Yeah, we got to give Braden the game ball for that. But he was all by his lonesome. So with those type of odds coming at Tariq, I don't see Tommy staying on the sideline like, oh, this ain't my war.
Right.
Yeah, but that makes him have to come out of hiding, in a sense. He's no longer dead anymore. I mean, there are a lot of consequences that can happen with Tommy coming out. So
absolutely.
I just think that
too, he got another ace up his sleeve, because look who set up the play for him. Tasha.
He
was the one that was advising him on how to get in with Noma.
That's true.
So I was like, Tasha might be a big part of next season too. She might not be in the cut. I know she said she was going back to Big Mama and Yaz, but her baby in danger, she might have to help him out.
Well, she proved what she could do. I mean,
well, she kind of put him in danger by taking that shot.
That is true. Well,
she didn't know. She didn't know.
But then again, it was 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other with Tariq, because they were trying to, they said that he was the shooter anyways, when they knew very well that he wasn't the shooter. And so that right there, I'm like, oh wow, this is.
He should have never listened to Diana.
Never.
All of the Tejadas are on the hands list. Every last one of them. They are the ops. They are the ops now.
But specifically, and most at the top of the list, Diana.
Oh, for sure.
Diana and Drew, because Drew was the one that said Tariq gotta go.
He did say that, but Diana actually was like in a relationship almost with him. Like, that is very backstabbing,
diabolical. And what I say last week, I said Diana is sus. All of them sus. Effie sus, and Ron used to always be caping for Effie and stuff.
Well, wait a second. Hold up. Yeah, but I'm the one that coined the phrase iffy because I'm saying
You did.
Yeah.
You
okay,
did.
and
But
that's what
before
she's
you
shown to
coined
be.
that, I used to tell you when you was like, Effie cute, this, that, and the other. And
She
I was
is
like,
cute.
Effie can't. I said, Effie, she's cute. I said, but Effie can't be trusted. And I said, ever since she got
Mhm.
tossed for choke, I didn't trust Effie.
Well,
And
And she
she
proved
showed,
that
well,
yeah.
well, you know
because
what?
that move she pulled
Except
with Noma
let me say
was
this
like,
though. Let me say this, and Tariq, man, I don't know what's up with you, man. When you went to pick her up from jail, you should not have let her walk and walk away. You weren't giving her any kind of love, any kind of respect. I mean, play it up, man. You needed her anyways. Play it up. When she walked away from you like that, I'm like, anything can happen now.
I think that's kind of the arrogance of youth, though. You like, well, fine, then I don't need you either. Like,
well,
you get puffed up with a little bit of pride, and I think Effie definitely has a lot of pride to turn down a ride to say she's gonna figure it out or whatever. But for the biggest part of it was that her feelings were hurt because he rejected her again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my part. That's my point. Yeah, her feelings were hurt, and you were directly responsible for that when you need her. So come on, man.
Well, actually, he did not need her anymore because she had given him the deal. Was she said, if you get me out, I'll give you the name of the daughter.
Look, you heard the term.
The transaction was over.
You have heard the term.
He did not need her anymore.
It ain't over to the fat lady.
And she has to take some accountability because this is the second time she's ratting him out. Like, she's done some snake stuff to him.
Well, yeah,
he went behind his back and tried to kill Lauren and stuff. Like, it wasn't like he just mad at her for nothing.
No,
there's
I'm not saying.
reason she broke his trust again. It's been 2 times. How many
3
times?
now. The Lauren thing was the third.
This is the 3rd time. So that's why I said. So people show you who they are. You believe them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm not mad at Tariq for not wanting to pursue her anymore.
No.
But I am upset with Effie for being in her feelings so much that she would turn him over and get him killed. Like, she knew what that meant.
You gotta know what type of woman she is. You gotta know that from straight up.
She get hands.
No, I agree.
She get the feet too.
I give her whatever y'all want to give her, but you gotta understand who you're dealing with. Okay.
Now, are there?
You gotta understand that.
Do either of y'all think that Effie is the daughter? Because she said the daughter's name was like Anya Covington or something like that, but we haven't seen this girl yet, and they seem to be around the same age. They're in the same city. Effie said that she's been keeping tabs on her, but I'm like, the way she pulled up out the cut, she was acting like she was the daughter.
She could be, because I was wondering when she said, now she's been saying all season, complaining about money, tuition, this, that, and the other. And then when Tariq came to see her, she's like, I got my own lawyer, I got my own bail money. All of a sudden, I'm just like, well, all of a sudden you got money for
well, she's not
your own lawyer, all this stuff. So I'm wondering who's looking out for you.
Tiff, she's not broke, and I really don't know how much money my boy threw her way in the episode 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
just enough for tuition.
Well, I don't know. I'm saying he gave her a wad, so it may have been just enough. But I mean, she did have some of her own money. I don't know. I don't think she is Noma's daughter.
She may not be, but I do think she has a connection that we haven't seen yet, because even in OG Power, we didn't know who her connect was.
Right.
She had a connect, and we never knew who that connect was. So who's to say that she's not connected to Noma?
I can't say it, but it would be very awkward for me to believe that she is, and so I will leave it at that. I'm not going to argue with it, because I may be wrong, and then I got to live with that and season 4. So, but
Well, I thought it was interesting too how Lauren kind of tried to get some closure in that situation, because Tariq was, of course, trying to negotiate a deal with her to renege on her statements that she was going to make on the stand, and in exchange, they would release her parents, because obviously Kane went too far and then threatened the people with guns and stuff. But I was just thinking about how Lauren, like, it's a tough situation to risk your safety, obviously, because your parents are at risk, but also you have no guarantee that once you go through with this plan to recant your testimony, that they're not going to harm you. And especially if Effie gonna be back out on the streets, I would be scared too.
I think that was a good ploy from Kane. I think that's all it was. Is just to pretend as if her parents were in danger, and also make it look as if Tariq didn't know anything about it. That was a great ploy to kind of relieve some tension from Tariq. But again, I don't think it didn't seem like it worked, because Lauren is now pissed off at everybody. So I mean, here we go.
I mean,
again.
it did work, because she recanted her statement, and she got.
I mean, work in the long run, because my thing is, you still look. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, and right now the fat lady has not sung. She's not even on stage. So you have to treat very gingerly these people that can ruin you for the rest. That can put you in orange jumpsuits.
Yeah, because she really blew Jenny's spot up.
Oh,
yeah,
most definitely, she sure did, and and she's got one more to blow up.
Yeah,
and I would say, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that once Jenny and then walked out of that courtroom, dude shut them down and said that they weren't going to pursue anything any further. But Jenny still has to worry about all the misconduct that Lauren brought up on the stand. Oh, so definitely. She's about to be out of here.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, and then you have that one last thing that Sachs decided to come back with from the grave, where Paz came in and delivered that thumb drive to Junior. So I'm like, this really ain't over yet.
No, it ain't over.
What's on that thumb drive?
Yeah, he's gonna be after them like Moby Dick, and he keep it up. He gonna be joining his auntie in Power.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of that next season. I highly doubt it's over, and especially when you say that Michael Ealy is being brought on as somebody in law enforcement as well. I just wonder what side of the coin he's gonna be on.
He's supposed to be part of, and I guess we'll know more soon, but he's supposed to be part of some type of task force or whatever. I think he's supposed to have a complicated past or whatever. We'll know more. But I did see a clip of him talking to Monet.
Okay.
Like out in the open and stuff. So we'll see.
But did you believe that Braden was truly going to be out like he said he wanted to be? I mean, did you honestly believe that would be?
Yeah, I did. I think he only came because Obi called him and said that Tariq was going to get killed. So he came for his boy.
Right.
But if that wasn't the case, I think he was going to be like, peace. Because the fact is, I think the fact that he had to kill his own uncle.
Yeah, that really shook him.
Well, you know what? I mean, he just upped his game like 100%, because who did he shoot?
Yeah, because he said, I think I hit one of them.
And you did hit one of them, and you hit Kane. You hit Kane. So
he did hit Kane. Yeah, it looked like it. At least the way he went back, it looked like he hit Kane.
Exactly. So, and if he did, whew.
Yeah, I mean, but Kane had it coming. Kane rolled up in his people's spot. Yes, hands and the family heirloom.
Yeah,
bragging about the watch all up in his face,
and took the painting and Monet's namesake. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. The way they came up
was real flagrant this week.
He put Braden in the hospital, so he had it coming.
Yeah, definitely. So I was proud of Braden. I'm giving Braden and Obi the game ball, because Obi looked out by returning the favor to Tariq.
Which also says in season 4, there's going to be a union with the.
I think so. If he doesn't get killed,
right?
Because Omi's gonna be like, how he know, like she gonna start putting things together, and I think Obi's gonna help. I think you're right. I think Obi's gonna help Tariq, but at the same time, I think Obi is also expendable to no.
Yes. The dead giveaway is gonna be when his family show up here with passports and green cards. She gonna be like,
and she didn't help. Yeah, she didn't help. So like, who helped you?
Right. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that develops next season. But we were kind of touching on it previously, and I just want to go back to the Tejada kids, because back to Drew and Diana, because they kind of turned on Kane. Kane was making fun of Drew, saying he wasn't gonna be no NBA housewife.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
That was
hilarious.
So
telling Diana she wasn't no sorority chick.
Right.
Like he was being real with them. Like, we were born into this life. Stop trying to pretend like this ain't what it is.
Right.
But they really wasn't feeling that, and I think that they want the opportunity to pursue their own individual, talents and stuff. Drew wanted to always draw and be an artist or whatever. Diana wanted to pursue college and go the legit route. So they gonna get that by any means necessary. And we see that Monet already got. So I can only imagine that Kane is on the list next, unbeknownst to him.
Or will he, and when he finds out it's them, will he avenge his mother? Drew called him a mother's boy, a mama's boy and stuff. So when he finds out the truth, will he take out his own? Because he and Drew always fighting anyway. I mean, I know he loves his family. Kane, you can see that because
he seemed to be, but he seemed to be in agreement with having to do something with Monet. So I mean,
she had to go. They talked about after he left.
The crazy thing is, though, that it seemed like Diana was really touched by what Monet said to her in the car.
She was.
And it seems like she had to change her heart. She was like, come on, Ma, I forgot something in the house. Come inside.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So she had a change of heart. And it probably meant a lot to her that Monet apologized. And I kind of appreciated Monet's words a little bit, saying, like, we didn't choose this lifestyle. Lorenzo really is the one that put us in this life, which, I mean, there's facts there. But
no,
at the same time, she didn't have to keep going along with it.
She didn't. No. She didn't. Look, see, there we go. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Okay, I gotta say this. Lorenzo may have started the lifestyle, but you didn't have to be. But you didn't have to partake in it. Mm-hmm. See, so to say that we didn't choose the lifestyle, no, you did. Because you had to choose.
Did she have a choice though, really?
Yes.
Because Lorenzo was still pulling strings in jail. You see how tight her lifestyle was? She couldn't even have people over the house barely without him knowing.
But there was a power struggle. There was a power struggle between her and him. She was trying to take the kingdom away from.
Exactly. That's what she was doing. So did she have a choice? She absolutely had.
Well, she started liking the lifestyle after a while.
So don't come in now talking about you didn't choose the lifestyle. You indeed chose the lifestyle.
And the only one she didn't want. I'm sorry.
Pardon?
No, I said the only one she didn't want in the lifestyle was Zeke.
Well,
everybody else, she was grooming for the lifestyle.
Exactly right. So, and Zeke would still be alive, possibly, if you had walked away from day one. So, you chose it. You chose it, and you got what you agree with that. And you got what you got. Because that's what that lifestyle brings. It brings death, confusion, and that's all there is to it.
Jail.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Death, confusion, and jail.
Tough love she gave them, and I'm like, your kids don't want that kind of tough love. I understand that when they're in that life, that's what's keeping them alive, but they also need that nurturing part. And that's why you can see Diana was so affected by her words. So, I'm wondering, if Monet is going to come out of this hospital and be like, it wasn't Tariq that shot me. I seen the shooter and it wasn't him. Because I feel like Monet might have got a glance at the shooter.
I don't know. I mean, you're right. She could have,
because that's what really could blow up Diana and Drew's spot.
But look at Monet's position now. Talking about she didn't choose the lifestyle, and now you got Kane down, and we don't know whether Kane is going to live or not.
He's going to live.
I'm saying, based on what we saw, we don't know whether he's going to live or not. We can assume
he probably got shot in the shoulder. He probably going to be in the sling.
It looked like he got hit twice. I don't know, but my whole thing is, now you got your boy Kane all hospitalized because of you. So, no matter what you say, Monet, your name is
because of them. They tried to avenge, and Drew and Diana plotting and stuff. I was like, that was so foul. So foul.
Yeah. And Diana had an opportunity to come clean because after Monet got shot and they were sitting talking in the hospital and Kane was like, did you see who did it? She could have said right then and there, it was somebody that I didn't get a good look at them or whatever. But she
said it wasn't Drew. I mean, she said it, but she said it wasn't Tariq. That's what she said.
No, she did say it was Tariq.
No. When initially she was like, no, it wasn't Tariq.
At first she didn't say who, but Drew was over there giving her the stink eye. Right. He was giving her the stink eye, like, you better say it's Tariq.
To the script.
Yeah.
Right. That's what he said.
So he was the one that said that, because in the beginning, and I'm not trying to cape for Diana at all, but when they first were planning the situation, she said, well, this will end up with Drew. I mean, Tariq getting killed. Like she
Exactly.
was concerned about that. And
Exactly.
Drew was the one was like, look,
they gotta go.
Gotta go.
He gotta go. So
yeah, that's crazy. So I'm wondering, their plan obviously went left, but the thing is, with them being out on this island by themselves, who do they think is going to protect them? Because let the truth come out. All targets are going to be on them. They're going to have it coming from Tariq. They're going to have it coming from Kane. And they're going to have it coming from Monet.
And Noma. Because remember, Noma did say that the three of them had to be together or lights out. I mean, so now that you've all divided, divided we stand. It should be divided we fall. Because I'm telling you, man, they all got heat.
Well, they're divided in their
Well, I know. I'm looking at it. I got that. But I'm saying in totality, you got Noma now. If there's I guess with Monet coming in and reining her children in, maybe perhaps Noma doesn't need Braden and Effie and Tariq together anymore. Maybe. In fact, I know because they attempted to kill him. So we know Tariq is out. So and Braden is out. So what do they do? And it's going to be real interesting whether and to your point, Tiffany, whether Tariq actually seeks Tommy and tries to have some sort of alignment with Tommy, and perhaps Tommy helping him, form an organization and things like that. Because Tommy could definitely do that.
When they drove off in Braden's car and they were like, well, where are we going and stuff, the Tejadas know where Braden's family lives. So I'm just thinking a road trip, Chicago. I'm like, I think it's gonna end up being a crossover, and them going to hang out in Chicago for a little while, at least get some strategy sessions for Uncle Tommy. Shoot, and then who knows? Two-Bit would be somebody.
You keep stealing my thoughts.
Two-Bit is a soldier. He would definitely be formidable against.
He can bring his car back too.
Yeah, because Two-Bit and Tommy are cool, and so I can see that them brokering something or whatever, and Two-Bit getting in it. I mean, he wouldn't be afraid to squabble with a Kane or Drew and stuff. Yep. Matter of fact, I would put my money on Two-Bit any day.
Me too.
Me too.
It's so crazy. You just stole the thought right out of my head because I was just thinking like Two-Bit probably got connections. He know people from the old, OG Ghosts. They had all kind of crews running around. So he could easily put together some soldiers for Tariq to support him in this situation that they got going on.
And he owes Tariq. And he owes Tariq anyway because he drove away in a nice ride. And
he cool with Tommy. That's why I said Tommy would be like, "Look, I'm out here. I'm in Chicago, but my nephew needs blah."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they also had the dudes from Gary, Indiana that they could have roll up from Force going into Power Ghost. Wow. So you never know what kind of crossovers there might be. But one thing that I was a little surprised about is how patient Noma is with them because they've been screwing up all season left and right. And for her to be at the top of the food chain, I'm surprised she ain't wiped everybody out and just said, I'm going to get somebody else to do it.
Well, because they were still getting their money to her. Though.
Exactly.
That's why I think.
But think about all the problems she got fed heat, RICO cases under her people. Like, that's too much.
True.
But the heat is on them. They still don't know about Noma.
Right.
Exactly. But it's only a matter of time before they start connecting the dots. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised at her patience because I think about Lobos. Like Ghost was desperately trying to keep information from him because he was really short-tempered.
Oh yeah. He would be like the way he used to be doing Mike Sandoval. He was like, "Pay your daughter a visit."
Apparently Noma doesn't care or she's not feeling any heat because now that you've aligned yourself with Monet and company, apparently you're not afraid of the heat. So who knows? And who knows how far her stretch goes. She may know some people, way up. So
listen, the fact that Effie said to Tariq that the daughter doesn't even know that she's a criminal and stuff. She's living a different lifestyle. Yep. She might be living a lifestyle like how does she know about RSJ?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Who
That is, she
conveniently
probably
skip
got a whole,
town.
yeah, she might have a whole nother persona that we don't know about, and she's able to walk in both
Walk the
worlds.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even alluded to that when we didn't even mention the fact that we just talked to
Oh yeah.
Banga Akinabe, who
Okay.
plays RSJ,
Right.
and so Akinabe. Yeah, so we just talked to him in our roundtable interview, and then we asked
Mhm.
about the Noma thing, and he, he gave no spoilers, but
Yeah.
it's anything is possible. There
Mhm.
could
Yep.
be a Noma and RSJ connection.
So yeah, that interview was really great. Make sure you guys go to our interviews playlist and check out that interview. It's just uploaded yesterday, so look at that, give it some love.
Definitely.
But speaking of people that are high up and have some connections, Governor Tate is now Congressman Tate. And he done blew up his own situation. I mean, he made the proposal to Harper, but you can't teach a old dog new tricks, I guess is what she came to
Old
learn.
dog.
You said what?
Old
I
dog.
said old dog.
You
It's
play
the
on
30-year anniversary of Menace to Society.
You can't teach old dog new tricks either.
Uh-huh.
But
Well, no.
it was funny how Davis was able to so easily convince him to wipe clean Diana slate and also to get the Fed heat off of him in exchange for a little, coins. Go ahead and coat his pockets.
He's so shady. He called Tariq shady. He is so shady.
Oh, he's shadier than Tariq. I mean, at least Tariq, and Tommy, I like what Tommy said to Tariq. You're either all in or you're all out.
Yep.
You can't play both sides. And we've seen how that has been just disastrous for anybody's family, even the Tejadas. We see how dangerous and how problematic that is even for them. And I think again, that's where Monet's, we didn't ask for this, kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because you're either going to protect your family and keep them out, just like Noma was saying, because Noma did make that comment to her, not getting your family, your kids involved. But, and then she brought, she said, well, I got them involved to protect them. Well, you know what? Yeah, I can hear the ring, but it's not, to me, the reality is they should have been out.
Well, same thing. That's what Tommy said about Ghost. He said, you see
Exactly.
where they got him because he was,
Right.
juggling both worlds and stuff. And that's the thing. He was trying to live the dream and have the wife and the kids and stuff, but you a kingpin.
Well, I think though with Ghost, you can only go so far. I mean, when you go so far in that realm and that organization, and then you try to make a switch, it just doesn't bode well. And because it's like they say, blood in, blood out. It's difficult to come out of a gang organization like that just because
he was almost out. If it wasn't for his son, he was almost out. Like he was 2 minutes from the governor's mansion or lieutenant governor's mansion.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry, but
yeah. So I mean, it's crazy though, but I think that it's like they keep having these realizations because Tariq is, I guess, like everybody keeps bringing up, like, you killed your father, and Tasha was kind of reminding him, like, this is what Ghost was trying to achieve, and yet here you are striving for the same thing. Like, now do you get it? And I think that Braden had that same realization too, with like wanting to be in the life and wanting to do all of this stuff, but not realizing all that came along with it. So everybody that wants this life so bad is trying to run from it now.
Well, and then but trying to live. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you can't live in both sides. You can't live both sides of that coin. It's and I think the reason that Tommy is so successful at what he does because he doesn't try to live on both sides.
He's all in.
He never said, he was like, I don't want to remember. He was mad at Ghost when Ghost killed up the Connect. He's like, look, but what am I going to do? Like, that's your business. The club. I don't want that.
Exactly.
So he knows, and that's why I think Tommy's character is so beloved because he knows who he is.
Right.
He, it is what it is. He lives by one code the street, snitch, out of here, like it is what
and that's why I keep saying Tariq really needs mentorship, like from somebody, from some elder in the game who knows the thing back and like inside out, because Tariq think he knows best, and a lot of times he is very savvy, but he don't know it all.
Yeah,
and
because
he does need some guidance.
And I remember going back to all the different lives that Courtney Kemp used to have, and she talked about that, talking about somebody asked, I think, will Tariq have mentors have a mentor? And she said mentors. So that means it's gonna be a few people. Like it could be Tubin, it could be Tommy, it could be RSJ, like teaching him how to move on the legit side. If we believe RSJ is legit, he looks legit right now, but I still think there's more to RSJ that we don't know yet.
Yeah, and I think he alluded to some of that even in our discussion. He didn't say much, but there's something there with him. But I think in order for Tariq to have any sort of mentorship, first of all, you have to realize, Tariq, you can't be always the smartest person in the room. And until you drop that, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to mentor you. And we saw that with Tommy. I mean, you got to respect Tommy and what Tommy can do to you, but you think you're on the same plane as Tommy, telling his mother that you and he are on the same plane in terms of what, how dangerous you can be. And I'm sorry, you're nowhere near Tommy.
No, he's nowhere near Tommy. But I respect the fact that that's one thing about Tariq. He gonna do whatever for Tasha, his mama. And he was incensed that, they blew up her spot like that and endangered not only, Tasha's she wasn't alone. His grandmother's there, his little sister, he already lost one sister. So I understood his rage. Even though I appreciated the conversation with Kate, telling like, look, I remember you when you in your diapers. Like I like seeing the OGs, and so it was cool to see her, and even Paz.
Yeah.
And when she offered him a drink, and he said, "I don't drink," and she said, "Oh, what did she say?
A juice box."
Juice box. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do put these little moments in here and there to just kind of bring back the nostalgia from the original series. But so we kind of have. Go ahead, Tiff. Before I
just thought about what he said. He doesn't drink, so I said, so he off the lean then. Okay,
he needs to be because he was tripping when he was on it.
He was.
But I was just gonna say, we kind of talked about the episode overall, and we talked about some of our predictions for season 4. But are there any other things that you would like to see in the upcoming season? Because I know I can think of one off the top of my head.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I would love to see. We kind of thought about this Ghost Force crossover. I would love to see, Tariq and Brayden head to Chicago and get Uncle Tommy to tough Brayden up. Like, I would really like to see a scene with Brayden and Tommy.
Yeah, I would too. I think that's coming. I do think that's coming. I think there's going to be some crossover. And I would like to see, we'll see, because, we all been seeing these interviews with Amari and everything. I would like to see if Amari reprises the role as Ghost. Will he pop up as, how Tariq normally sees the ghost or whatever, of Kanan and all the other folks? Will we see him in that form or another form? Either way, y'all pay him his money. Run him his money. Run him his money.
All they gotta do is cough up the coin.
Tiara, you and I gotta leave Tiffany off the show because she's always reading somebody's mind. She's a mind reader. She just took that right out of my head. Now,
I'm sorry.
I mean, she just you be stealing people's thoughts. I mean, we gotta look, tell
the audience that who thinks that I saw the leak. You see, it was all in the comments. She's a redhead. She saw the leak. Y'all, I didn't watch the leaks out of respect for the network. Plus, the Spot did not watch the leak.
She's just a mind reader, y'all. That's all. Just a mind reader.
Well, you got any other ones, Ron?
I don't know. I got to dig deep now because she stole that one. Let's see. Well, yeah, I would like to see briefly the play out with Noma and Monet, because I know it's going to come to heads. One of them has got to come forward. They can't be in a sense of mutuality in this. So I would love to see who moves forward, whether it be Monet or Noma. So that's going to be a good one, I think.
Well, right now it look like Monet about to be getting a handicap sticker because they were saying that her injuries was looking kind of dire. Yeah. So you know, she really might not be doing too well next season. And then Kane also being hit, she ain't gonna have no reinforcement.
Yeah.
So they both might be, you know,
Wheelchair bound? I don't know.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
really think. I mean, he was definitely hit, but I think that he's probably gonna be in a sling next season and stuff. So he,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean,
and
you
I
saw
mean,
the
when you're
bullet
trying
holes.
to partner with somebody and be in a partnership, like being this big formidable person in a deal, like you can't do that while you injured. So no one might be like, I don't know about this deal now. Maybe I need to reconsider.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, because any reconsideration will also would also take in consideration the kids, the Tejada kids. So you know, it's going to be interesting, as well as Iffy. I mean, did I say Iffy?
Yep. But she deserves it. She deserves
Does
that
Tariq
title.
get payback on her though? Do you think Tariq comes back?
Eventually, it's gonna be payback.
Um,
I don't know if it'll be in season 4, but eventually, yeah, because I think that bridge is burned now. Like
Yeah,
the bridge is definitely gone. But
you
I
set
think
me up to die.
Yeah,
Like that's
serious.
I'll tell you who I like to see take her out though is Lauren.
Lauren ain't got it in her though, but
I don't know.
Lauren she might get
I
next
mean,
if her life is threatened.
No, she may do it in a more judicial way. I don't know, but I like to see her come back on.
I think Lauren is done. Once she found out that Tariq and them was that diabolical with her parents, you see when she left, she put the phone away, everything. Like I don't think Tariq gonna hear from her ever again. Like if he thought that he still had a chance for Lauren, it is done.
It's done. Yeah.
And think about it, he had this little love square going on, had him and 3 girls, and now look at him by himself.
Hey, fellas, y'all.
And they all sus, you know, and you know, Lauren is is the most decent. Well, she was innocent, but she did record. So
she still did some snake stuff.
That's still snake stuff. So everybody was sus. All of them, all 3.
Yeah. And Lauren, next time leave the steak knife at home, please.
Yeah, I don't know what she thought that was gonna
do. That's how you know she wasn't a G either. Exactly. She came in there like she was going to the steakhouse, like she was tripping. What's it called? Effie is a G though. I did have to give her props for how she handled herself when they sent old girl in there after her. I was like, okay, Effie.
But Kane gave her the heads up too.
Yeah, he did. He did give her a heads up. So but she was ready when she came in, and she got the drop on her. She, you know, if they had come in there, she got the little the shank, and she was ready to do old girl.
Yeah, but look who they sent in to get Effie. I mean, come on now. You need that chick didn't look like she had all that. So, you know.
But Effie did. She handled herself though.
Oh,
and look, it's the same chick. That guard. They need to like they need to get rid of her, just like Ghost took care of the Marshall when he was in prison, because that chick was harassing Tasha when she was in the band.
That's right.
Something need to be done. She need to be transferred or something too.
Yeah, well, this was a really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm so glad they kind of left us on this cliffhanger, because I think we have a lot to look forward to in season 4. So definitely enjoyed it. Just to recap our who can get the hands list, we definitely putting Diana and Drew at the top of the list.
All of the Tejadas.
Yes, all of the Tejadas can get it. Who else did we give the hands to? I don't know. I don't
know. We can still give it to the feds.
I would say the feds.
Well, they got theirs. Yeah, they got theirs. So.
Yeah, they got egg on their face.
Yeah, they got a lot of that.
And then Game Ball, I think we are all in agreement that it can go to Obi and Braden.
Wait a minute. Oh, I got one more who can get the hands. Tate. He can get the hands.
Tate, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you you possibly lost a good one.
Yeah.
I think she done with him. It's not possible.
She is too. Because she's decent, and he's just really
money hungry,
power hungry and stuff. Even more so than love for her. It's just he's obsessed with.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, she put aside a lot of your mess to accept you, and then you turn right around and blow that off. So
he can get the hands too.
Yeah, he can get the hands. Well, what about, are we posthumously giving Saxe the hands for sending that letter and putting Tasha in danger, putting giving Junior the
thumb drive.
the thumb drive and stuff.
Saxon still get the hands.
Yeah,
he gets
put that right on his
he gets a game ball for setting all this mess up. I mean, it depending on what side of the aisle you're on. I mean, you know, he did a lot of damage, you know, so.
Yeah, he did. That's an op, though. That's an op move.
Yeah,
that's an op move. You need to put the hands on his headstone.
But it was Diana that, you know, portrayed herself as Monet.
As Monet, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what we said. All of them are on the hands list.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. So this was really great. I thoroughly enjoyed our conversation. If you enjoyed the conversation, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell, because we are going to have some great topics coming up and you're not going to want to miss out. And you know, we always keep the hot interviews coming. As we mentioned, we have one with the character, the gentleman who plays RSJ, Vanga Akinabe. I hope I keep saying it. Is that how? Akinabe. Ron got to keep correcting us, because I'm like, I don't know how to say it. But either way, check out that interview. And then make sure you drop down in the comments too. Give us your thoughts on this season finale and your predictions for next season. Definitely looking forward to reading what you guys have to say. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, in our interview with Peyton Ashbrook, who plays Jenny Sullivan. And I know that, you know, this was the last season, but we did interview Sax last season, Shane Johnson. So you guys can look in the playlist and check that one out too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, if you have any other shows that you are aware of that you want to see recap, you're all welcome to drop those down in the comment section as well. And we will consider those for some of the recaps that we're doing.
Oh, and one other thing, hot topics. If you got any hot topics you'd like for us to perhaps take a look at and review, let us know.
Yep. We are open to suggestions. Also, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Spot Real Talk on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. So follow us there and keep up with all that we have coming. Anything else before we close out?
I'm spent.
All right. Well, on that note, we thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Bye.
I miss that sexy smile, looking for